Hello and welcome to episode 1 of the Big Kahuna Podcast.
The Big Kahuna Podcast.
Which is probably the worst name for anything that's ever been made.
It probably has been. It may very well change.
I'm Charlie.
And I'm Ollie.
And we're going to talk about some trailers and then some movies.
Yeah.
I think, and see what happens. Probably some other stuff.
And just kind of general thoughts on what we thought of the film and, you know.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, where do you want to start? Which trailer are we going to start with?
We'll start with the Isle of Dogs.
Isle of Dogs.
Yeah.
You showed it to me.
Start. This film's going to be good. This film's going to be really good. Wes Anderson, like anything by him, I think it's artistic and also enjoyable to watch.
Yeah.
You know?
Like everything like Darjeeling Limited, Grand Budapest Hotel. Have you seen Rushmore?
I've seen Rushmore.
Rushmore's good. I like Rushmore.
I like Grand Budapest.
Everything. Yeah, Grand Budapest is great. Everything is so symmetrical. It just makes me feel happy.
It's
inside.
so pleasing,
yeah.
isn't it?
I don't know why. I don't know why more people don't do it. I guess it's like his style.
Yeah. He's got his own genre.
Now if you do it, it's just sort of like...
You're doing Wes Anderson.
You're obviously copying him.
Yeah. But now he's set up himself so well, and I think Isle of Dogs is just going to be like another film to add to his like good roster. Like,
so do you know what the story is? Cause...
So I think it's like there's in China, dogs have kind of like become out of control, so they've been sent to this island, Isle of Dogs, and then this little boy loses his dog and he goes and finds it. I guess kind of like a similar kind of story to other Wes Anderson films.
Yeah.
Like a family member searching for another family member.
Yeah. What's the one with the two little kids? I can't remember what it's called now.
Oh, what, Moonrise Kingdom?
Yeah, that's the one. It's similar to that.
And they're probably getting some shenanigans and the government or something. Some authority figure, probably played by Bill Murray or something like that, or Bruce Willis.
Edward Norton.
Or Edward Norton.
He's in all of them. Edward Norton is great.
He's a really good guy, actually.
He's really good.
Yeah. Apparently he was married... Who was he married to?
I don't know. Do you want me to Google it?
Yeah.
Alright.
He was married to Britney.
Really?
Someone like Britney. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was a pretty weird marriage. It was like when he was like, "Oh, I'm Oscar bait," kind of.
Oh, okay. Shauna Robertson.
Is that who he's married to now?
Yeah. Well, give me 2 secs. That's the only person he's ever been married to.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Maybe he went out with someone. I don't know.
Maybe he went out with someone, yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
I'm chatting shit.
That's not important.
Yeah, Isle of Dogs, I reckon it'll be a good watch.
Yeah.
End of this month, isn't it?
Some of that, yeah. At the end of this month, beginning of next month.
Yeah, that's one I recommend seeing.
Yeah. Well, you haven't seen it yet. So.
I haven't seen it yet, but I'm going to say it's going to be good anyway. Alright, what other trailers?
We also watched Tag.
Oh yeah, Tag,
which was my choice because I like John Hamm.
Yeah.
He's a very beautiful man.
What do you think the film's going to be like? Is it going to be good?
I don't know.
Yeah?
It's probably not going to be very good, but also, like, I don't think, like, it's not going to win any Oscars. I think we can all say it's not going to win any Oscars. I don't think it's
Oscar. It's like, it reminded me of The Hangover when we watched the trailer.
Yeah, basically, the story, if you don't know, it's based on a true story. This group of friends have been playing the same game of tag, or it, because we're English, for like 30 years. And they're trying to tag their one friend who's never been tagged before because he's retiring.
Played by Jeremy Renner.
Renner. Yeah. And basically, Jake Johnson's in it. He's quite funny. I like him. He was in the film about police that was quite funny.
Yeah. Guy from
Mad Men, yeah. John Hamm, goddamn.
It's a good cast.
Don Draper is...
And what's his name from Hangover?
Ed Helms. From The Office as well.
And The Office. It's good, like, funny cast.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think
it's a dumb premise.
It might be, yeah. But then, you know, some of the best films are. Well, not the best ones, but...
Is it 18 or is it like a...
it's probably like a 12 or 15 or something.
Yeah, it seems like it's like...
That kind of,
yeah. Hangover, teenager.
Well, I'm still a teenage boy in my heart, so...
Do you like Deadpool?
Yeah. Have you watched the trailer for the new one?
Oh yeah. I've seen that one.
That came out yesterday.
Yeah, that was alright.
Yeah.
I wasn't a massive fan of Deadpool, but...
No, I liked it when I saw it, but then I haven't rewatched it since. I think
if I was teenaged, I was like 13, 15, I'd be like, oh my god, this is the best film ever.
The novelty of it.
Yeah.
When every superhero film is just pretty much the same, ends with a big blue light shooting into the sky with people having a fight around it. I think like the novelty of Deadpool was quite good,
and
but
actual
then
like violence, like
see, actual like blood and
that's what like people like. Oh,
holes through hands and holes through necks and stuff. That stuff was already good. I think that's why it did so well. But
and Old Man Logan did the same thing.
Oh man, yeah, Logan was really good.
Logan was good.
That should have been nominated for an Oscar.
I love Patrick Stewart in Logan.
He's so good. He should have been nominated for supporting actor. 100%.
We're going off topic.
We are.
Well, don't know when it's coming out, but it looks like an alright watch.
It's coming out in the summer. That's all it said in the trailer.
We'll get in our paddling pool.
We'll get really drunk before we go watch it.
Put our armband on, sunscreen up, because I'm very pale.
Definitely hat as well.
Oh, definitely hats. That's not it. Bucket hat or snapback kind of thing.
Probably a bucket hat.
I could see you in a bucket hat, actually. I could see you rocking that look.
I don't think I'd rock a bucket hat.
I reckon you could rock that look. I think I could rock a bucket hat.
I reckon you could. You look good in hats.
I'm wearing a
but
hat
once
right
again,
now.
we're getting very off topic. But
sorry? Yeah, we are.
You're a very attractive man, Ollie. You're
stop
distracting me.
Stop it, you silly boy.
Yeah, so Tag, I don't know. I think it'll be okay.
Yeah?
I think it'll be fine. I think it'll be... We'll probably watch it.
If it was on Netflix, I would probably like... Or if it was on like films or like TV somewhere, I'd be like, yeah, I'll watch this.
I'd probably go see it.
Really?
If it was like a group of friends.
Oh, yeah.
I'd probably go see it. I don't know. I think it'll be you watch it once and then you forget about it. Yeah. Like most sort of films like that.
Yeah.
But hey, if you have fun, why
Good.
not? This is also something that we weren't going to talk about.
Well.
But have you seen the trailer for the new Johnny Knoxville Kick-Ass?
I have actually.
Jackass type thing. It looks so bad, but also I really want to see it.
At the same time, because like they're if you haven't seen it, it's like Jackass,
but they've got a plot.
Yeah, there's a plot to it, and there's characters.
So it's like this guy is.
And
it starts off with like bad grandpa.
Pontius, what's his name?
Pontius? I don't know how you say it.
The guy always gets a knob out in the Jackass films and gets it. Like that's his gimmick. Like Steve-O is like just does what crazy. Yeah. Johnny Knoxville does like one of the stupidest things. Yeah. Wee Man Preston. I like Jackass.
Yeah, Jackass was good.
Jackass was really good.
But then again, whenever we watched Jackass, I was probably like 14.
Again, yeah, it's like it's
14 or 15.
But this one, it's got characters and
so it starts off where he's like the bad grandpa.
Yeah.
Type. Did you ever watch Bad Grandpa?
I did watch it. Actually, I thought it was alright.
Yeah.
Like, and if it's like Bad Grandpa, then it may because Bad Grandpa isn't just like. I think the trailer sets it up to be like, oh, it's a story, if that makes sense. But most of it is actually just pranks, and they're actually quite funny pranks. And I guess people haven't been used to the bad grandpa character before, whereas like Jackass, you kind of like
you just know
Johnny Knoxville.
Yeah, you know Bam Margera's gonna set off fireworks in his parents' room.
Have you seen him now? Bam.
No.
He's fat.
Is he?
He's fat.
Probably stopped skating.
Yeah. But his what his dad looks like. He's big gorilla.
Oh, he just looks like his dad.
He looks slowly looking like his dad.
Poor man.
I never liked him anyway. I thought he was a bit cocky.
I don't remember any of them. The only ones I remember are the ones that made me feel ill. Like the ones where they had like the space helmet and they would like fart into it. Those are the only ones I remember. There's one where someone put like a mouse ears on their dick.
Yeah, that was the Chris
guy. And it got bit by a snake.
Yeah. I remember the rodeo bull one. That was actually quite funny. Like all like a turnstile like this, and like as one of them would
you
go
can't
down,
see because this is a visual medium. I mean, this is
how do I describe this?
It's like making an X with your hand,
and then turning one way down, and all the rest goes up. So it's like a seesaw.
Yeah. Four way? Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah.
They were like leaving as Johnny Knoxville, and I was like, I did like Jackass actually. I really did.
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun with that.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah.
What film's that? What's it called?
Oh, I can't remember.
I don't even know what it's called.
I'll have a look. Yeah, so basically it's like...
It's because you've got a phone on you.
I know, I
planned
this.
Yeah,
I planned this very well.
If we just in case we need to just Google something. But yeah, that's... What is it?
I think it's called Action Point.
He was in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Was he?
Yeah, he was Leonardo.
Really?
Yeah.
Johnny was also in The Ringer. Did you ever watch that? It's not a very...
The Ringer.
It's not a very good PC film now, to be honest.
Is it not?
No, he pretends to have mental illness to compete in the Special Olympics.
Oh, that's not good at all, is it?
Yeah, I watched it when I was like
How many
10,
films do you think,
really good.
when you look back like 10 years ago, and you look at the plot of them and what they actually are?
Yeah, I know.
And you think, this would not...
I know. Have you rewatched any Friends since they put it on Netflix? Have you rewatched any Friends since they put it on Netflix?
Yeah.
Some of that I'm like, oh, that's not good.
What was in Friends?
Just like Ross. Just Ross as a character. Like he is like one of the best characters, but like if you knew him in real life, he is like the worst person. He's like kind of homophobic. He doesn't like the fact that his kid is playing with a Barbie.
Yeah.
He goes like really out of his way to be like, look at this monster truck. I'm like, just let your kid play with a Barbie.
I know in American Beauty.
Yeah. And Scrubs, I just started rewatching Scrubs. That is a lot of just women walking around in bikinis for no reason. Or having their shirts ripped open for no reason.
That was like 10 years ago.
Yeah, I know.
That wasn't that long.
I was just like, it's been a while since I watched this.
See, like...
But then I feel like with that, it's different. I can still watch that and enjoy it because I've watched it before. But like, I don't know if you've had loads of people like watch Friends for the first time when they put it on Netflix and they were like, how did this ever get made? But for me, I'm just like, I can understand that some of this is not good.
Some of it's not good.
Some of it isn't good, but I'm like, at the time, like, I can still watch Friends and enjoy it. And
I still enjoy Friends. I still enjoy Friends a lot.
Yeah, Friends is great.
Especially, what's his name? Joey. What's his guy?
Matt LeBlanc.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
He is honestly the best thing about Friends. Like, honestly.
Who was your favourite friend?
Joey.
Oh,
I think I'm quite similar to Joey as well.
I think I'm quite similar to Chandler.
You are.
Which isn't a good thing.
Yeah.
Oh, that was such a... I'm sorry.
One season he gets really fat. I don't know if you ever watched that. Like one
season,
he was
like addicted to drugs.
Was he?
Yeah, so he goes like from really skinny.
I know he wasn't like the most like stable character.
He goes like insanely skinny, and that's when he's addicted to drugs. And then he like goes to rehab and gets out, and then he gets like quite fat because he's like, I don't know,
just a bit depressed.
Yeah.
But like it's weird because like, you watch one series because with Netflix obviously it goes once you finish the series just goes on to the next one.
To the next one straight away.
So like you watch Chandler in one series, he's fat fuck. And then you go to the next one.
Episode.
Like, what happened?
Yeah.
And they will change the hairstyle sometimes.
Yeah, and they're like, it's only been a week, and you're like, what's going on?
But they change like mid-series, and
like,
you guys have gone for a whole new look. Like, Joey's hair was not like this before. It must be weird to film like that then.
Yeah, it must be.
Went on for a long time, didn't it? Oh, Friends, yeah.
Friends is good.
That hasn't got a trailer coming out. That's gone for like 20 years.
Yeah, so we had the Johnny Knoxville one.
Yep.
I don't think that's going to be... I think that'll be sort of the same as Tag, but I think Tag will be slightly better.
I imagine we're going to Netflix, and when it goes into Netflix, I'll watch it on Netflix,
yeah. I feel like it's the kind of thing you want to watch when you've got a few friends around and you're all a bit drunk.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then...
And
then you plough through all 3 Jackass films.
Yeah.
So what was the other one?
Then we had one more. It was Fantastic Beasts.
Fantastic Beasts 2. The Crimes of Grindelwald. You haven't seen the first one, have you?
I haven't seen the first one. I should really go and see it.
You should really watch it. It's really good. If you like Harry Potter, obviously, if you don't like Harry Potter, then...
I liked Harry. I guess I like growing up with Harry Potter. If that made sense. Like it was kind of a tradition to go to cinema, watch it.
Yeah.
When the new one came out.
Yeah, 100%. I did that for like all of them, I think.
Yeah, and I got into the hype of like the last ones.
Like, I got big into the hype. I last year I think I bought them all as ebooks. Read them all for the first time. I'd never read them before, and the books are amazing. I don't know if you've ever read the books.
No, I think I'd like to listen to the books.
They're really good. Yeah, I'm listening to them now while I'm at work. Just driving around in my car. I'm on Goblet of Fire at the moment. Book number 4. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm just got to Hogwarts. They've just had out about the Triwizard tournament.
Oh.
Yeah.
I wonder how that's gonna go. Who's gonna die?
I wonder who's gonna. Someone dies.
Cedric Diggory.
Oh no.
Who said that? Voldemort. Voldemort.
Come on, he's not bad. I'm team Fudge all the way.
Huh?
Team Fudge all the way.
Team Fudge.
Yeah, Minister for Magic.
Oh yeah.
He's
a dumb.
He's an arsehole.
He's dumb. Yeah. He's like, it doesn't exist.
Yeah. Anyway, Fantastic Beasts.
It's got. So what's the plot of it? It's.
So the first one. Yeah. I'm just telling you. I'm sure.
I haven't seen.
Yeah. So the first one is Newt Scamander, who's Eddie Redmayne, who
sexy
wrote,
boy.
Very sexy boy,
very sexy boy.
Wrote. He wrote the textbook that they use in the school called Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. So he goes to New York and he meets up with some wizards, and then there's also another sexy boy. His name I can't remember. Colin Farrell, also a sexy boy. He's like a ministry wizard in America, and they have a whole lot of hijinks, and Newt's got a suitcase, an enchanted suitcase full of beasts, and they all get out, and he's trying to find them. You see the cutest one, which is a Niffler, which just steals gold. Is that the little like
stick thing?
No, that I can't remember what that's called. It's called. Like,
is that the one that's like looks a bit like a mole?
Looks a bit like a mole crossed with a platypus.
I think I did see one scene from Fantastic Beasts, like them in like a chandelier kind of thing. Like
and the chandelier.
and it's like silence, kind of a bit slapstick.
Yeah. So yeah, Newt Scamander's really good in that, and then he meets his like love interest, whose name I can't remember, but she's played by the lady who's in Alien Covenant, the main lady in that.
I don't care about that film.
I didn't watch it. I've never seen any Alien films actually. I should probably.
Mate, you need to see the first two,
and then just forget all the rest.
Third one's just weird. Fourth one is even weirder.
Isn't the third one like David Fincher's first film?
Yeah, it's awful. Like, it's got good bits in it, but it's just a bit shit. And it's just a bit. It's a bit rapey as well.
Is it?
Yeah, it's rapey.
Ooh,
it's like set in a prison, and Ripley gets like raped. I don't think she does. It's like almost rape. I could be. I don't know. It's like almost.
Alright.
The fourth one is mental.
Is that
like,
versus Predator or?
No. They create like this weird alien hybrid, human hybrid, and it's just they're set in this like spaceship, and there's like this whole like rag team bunch of guys, and they all get hunted down by aliens. It's just the first one, just a bit shit.
Oh, okay.
And then Prometheus is god awful.
Yeah.
It looks pretty, but if you look into it, it's just garbage. And like if you just scratch beneath it.
Oh, that reminds me of a film we're going to talk about in a minute.
Garbage.
Yeah. Looks pretty, but scratch beneath the surface.
See,
it's just garbage.
I don't think it is. I think you scratch beneath it, you see, what is this? But we'll come to that.
We'll come to that in a minute.
How did we get here?
Fantastic Beasts, yeah. So then, fucking hell, we are not good at this, are we?
Just going off the train of thought.
Fantastic Beasts, so yeah, so then they have a whole big thing. There's a whole thing about people when they like regress their magical abilities, they like explode and they all die before they're 10. But then there's one that's like a teenager, and you're like, oh, who's it going to be? And you think it's this little girl. I'm not going to spoil it for you.
Okay.
But yeah, so I can't remember what they're called now. It begins with an O. It's not important.
But there's a second one.
Yeah, so and then in the second one, they go to Paris. There's sexy young Dumbledore as well. There's a lot of sexy.
Is that in Paris or is that not Hogwarts?
They go to Hogwarts, but it's also in Paris.
I think it'd be cool when they go to Hogwarts. And they meet
Nicholas Flamel, who's been in some of the things, who created the Philosopher's Stone with Dumbledore. So we might see a cheeky bit of Philosopher's Stone. Who knows?
And Dumbledore's played by what's his face?
Jude Law. Sexy young Dumbledore.
He is sexy. Apparently he's a knob in real life.
I can imagine.
Did I tell you the story?
No.
So my friend saw him at a train station apparently, and she was going to go up to him.
Yeah.
He was with a friend. But then some girl like before went up to him and was like hi, and he just turned around and went fuck off, and then just left. I started laughing. She was like, I'm not going to go over there. So he's a bit of a dick.
Oh. Well.
Which breaks... But it could be wrong.
Yeah.
But that's what I've heard.
Maybe he'd had a bad day. Who knows?
Yeah. I could see him as being a dick.
Yeah.
Also, I swore, so...
I've sworn a few times already, so have you.
We've already, broken that.
We're swearing, it's fine.
Cool. But yeah, Fantastic Beasts 2. Do you think it'd be good?
I think so. If it stays along the lines of the first one, there's a lot of things set up in the first. I really enjoyed the first one. Yeah, there's a lot of things set up in the first one that hopefully we'll get some answers to. Yeah. Like they talk about Newt's brother in the first one. You don't see him, but he's in the trailer for the new one. Yeah. And they're doing like synchro magic. Mm-hmm. That's him and his brother.
Cool.
Who I'm pretty sure is I don't know his name, but he was in that he was in Green Room. If you watch that.
Oh,
he was on with green hair.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's him. I couldn't really tell from the trailer because you don't really see his face, and I haven't looked into it because I have other things to do.
yeah.
But I think it's him. Yeah, and he was also in that Channel 4 show, Glue, with one of the Rizzle kicks, which was okay.
Yeah,
it was
really
fine.
Care for the Rizzle kicks.
No,
he was in Star Wars as well.
He was in Star Wars.
Yeah, that was a bit weird.
That was a bit weird. I was just it took me out of it because I was just like, is that a Rizzle kick? Is that one of the Rizzle?
I think only people in like Britain.
Yeah, would be like. But literally, I was sat there and I was like, I'm kind of into this, and I'm enjoying this, and I was just like, hang on, is that a Rizzle kick?
And then it goes away, and it comes back, it's like, yeah, it is, isn't it?
But the whole time I was just waiting for him to come back on the screen because I was like, I'm pretty sure that was a Rizzle kick.
I think he got killed. He got bit.
I think everyone got killed.
Oh yeah, they all did.
Spoiler alert for Rogue One.
I really enjoyed Rogue One.
I really enjoyed Rogue One.
Riz Ahmed was amazing.
Yeah, everyone's pretty good in that.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
But yeah, Fantastic Beasts 2.
Yeah, I think it will be good. I think it comes out in November.
It's a late one.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure 100%. But I think the last one came out like November-ish.
Cool, that makes sense.
So I think it will. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. The only thing I don't like is that Johnny Depp's in it. I don't like Johnny Depp.
You don't like
as a person or as an actor, I'm not a fan.
I quite like him as an actor.
Yeah. He hasn't done anything good for like 15 years.
I think he's just been kind of stagnant in what he's done.
Yeah, I think he's just a bit lazy.
See, I beg to differ. Like when you watch him in Saving Gilbert it's like Gilbert.
Is that recent or is that?
Can I get?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. I don't have
the
the app. No, I need to download it. Really, just Google it.
Because he was in one of my favourite films.
Is it a recent film or an old film?
No, Fears and Loathing in Leaving League.
Yeah, see, that was when he was still trying. I mean, like the last 5-10 years, he's just been like reeling it in, and also he beat his wife. So,
has that been proved?
I'm pretty sure. Also, he took his dogs into Australia illegally, which is the worst thing you can do.
Yeah, you don't mess with the
Don't mess with Barnaby Joyce. I don't know why I know a name of a Australian politician.
I mean, Captain Jack was pretty good.
Yeah, in the first one. Black Mass, I quite like Black Mass.
Was good. I'm trying to find the one that I was talking about. It was really early on.
Rango was good. I liked Rango.
I liked Rango.
Rango was good.
It was a bit of a weird one as well because it was like...
You thinking of Ed Wood? I haven't watched that, but that's
Edward Scissorhands was good. I like Charlie and Chocolate Factory. I guess I grew up with that one, so...
see, I didn't like that at all.
Yeah,
he's in an episode of The Vicar of Dibley.
Yeah, is he?
Oh, wow.
I think he plays Johnny Depp.
Oh, fair enough.
Vicar of Dibley, great.
My friend,
he's good in that. What's Eating Gilbert Grape?
Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. That was, what, film. 1993?
Yeah.
I'm saying for the last, 5-10 years, he's just, reeling it in. He's like, I've made my money. I've got my fame. I'm good. I
think also Leonardo DiCaprio was great in that.
Leonardo DiCaprio was just great in everything. I hope you know how some people, they win an Oscar and then they're just like, I'm done now.
He's done now.
Like Julianne Moore, she won an Oscar and now she's just doing wacky films that are fun. Yeah. I hope Leonardo DiCaprio does that.
The Big Lebowski.
She was in The Big Lebowski.
Big Lebowski.
I hope he does that now and just starts doing some wacky comedies because the comedy bits in Wolf of Wall Street are really good.
Shall we move on to the
main
feature?
Yeah, it's been 20 minutes already.
Yeah, I realised that.
That's alright, we're just chatting.
It's a trailer / Annihilation,
Yeah,
podcast.
So the film we're talking about is Annihilation.
Yeah.
Which you liked and I did not at all.
So Annihilation is on Netflix.
Do you want to do the story or shall I do the story?
I can do the story.
Oh yeah, you go for it.
Right.
Yeah, go for it.
If you own Netflix,
it's not on Netflix in America.
Is it not?
No, it came out. It got a cinema release in America, but only America.
That's why I was watching some.
So I don't know how long it's going to be. I don't know. I think I've seen some places that it's already out of cinemas.
Okay, cool.
So it was only on for a few weeks or something.
Because
it's rubbish.
So, if you live in the UK or you live, I guess, abroad as well, and you have a Netflix, you have probably had Annihilation popped up on your trending or popular. So Annihilation is this film about this lady called Lena.
Yeah, played by Natalie Portman.
Who is a biologist.
Is she? I wish they mentioned that more in the film.
Watch the film. And her wife, her husband, gets sent on this mission, and then he suddenly reappears after about a year away, and then starts starts kind of bleeding out of his mouth and stuff. And so I don't feel very well.
Is this? We're going spoilers? Yeah, just spoilers right from the outset. Or do you want to do no spoilers and then
no spoilers? I'm just trying to
Yeah, that's fine. No, I'm just because I don't want to jump in and say something that's going to ruin the film.
So he gets taken to this place, and then we start getting talked about this place called the Shimmer, and then 4 other ladies who I can't remember the names of.
Yeah,
very forgettable. All go into the Shimmer and go and discover what has kind of. But the thing about the Shimmer is, if you go in, you don't come back. So they're trying to figure out...
There's no radio signal, you can't talk to anyone on the outside, you go in there and you're very secluded from everywhere else.
And that is the Shimmer. And that's what the whole kind of story is about, what is inside this place.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed this film.
I did not.
So we're going to kind of spoilerish now territory,
okay.
I guess, and start going into a bit
more... I don't know, I could talk about it in non-spoiler for a bit.
Okay,
yeah, I could be a bit brief about
it.
Yeah.
It's I didn't enjoy parts of it.
No, I didn't enjoy.
Yeah, it's by Alex
Garland, who wrote and directed this, but also wrote and directed Ex Machina, which is one of my favourite films. It's amazing. I think
I've heard it's really good.
It's really good. You should watch it.
He did 28 Days Later.
I thought that was Danny. Oh, did he write that?
He wrote it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
And you kind of see the kind of themes picking up in this. And
I need to watch that again.
Is it a lot of his work? I guess is about
it's
what
a lot
is
of sci-fi
real and what is being human, I guess.
Yeah, what is being human, I would say, is...
And definitely this film has massive bits of that.
Yeah.
It talks about, what it is to be human and, what our genes and what we've created, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
it's quite a visual film as well.
It's very. I will say that it looks amazing, especially for
really
like a film that is like a Netflix film.
Yes.
When some of them are a bit like hit and miss on how good they look, whereas this one is very, very pretty.
Yeah, and it has got quite a compelling story. It feels like a Stephen King.
Do you think?
Because like the shimmer and like they're going in eventually this kind of place at the lighthouse, and I feel that's quite Stephen King-esque.
Yeah. I didn't get any Stephen King vibes.
I got a lot of Stephen King vibes. You got you got Natalie. We talked about Natalie Portman in it. She's a main protagonist.
One character who her whole thing is she hit on them the first time she met them, so I guess she's a lesbian. Who knows? You have one who is depressed. I think I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
You have one who is just the most monotone bitch ever. She was awful.
Yeah.
And then what's the other one?
You got Oscar Isaacs.
I love him.
He's really good.
He is good. He's not in it for very much.
He's not.
Which I don't think is a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing, but with the scenes when Natalie Portman and Oscar Isaacs go together...
Yeah, they are good. They're really good. Yeah, they have good chemistry.
By themselves, I don't think they sometimes worked.
Yeah.
I did make me appreciate Oscar Isaacs again.
He's really good.
He's really good.
I need to watch... Have you seen Inside Llewellyn Davis?
No, but that's him, isn't it?
Yeah, that's him, Coen Brothers. I really want to watch that. Mm-hmm. It's been on my like Amazon Prime watch list for like months now.
I think I need to get Alex Garland does a really good job with directing.
Yeah, he worked with. He was obviously an Ex Machina as well. So.
And again, the visuals are a big part of this film.
I think I would have preferred this film if he got Alicia Vikander back instead of Natalie Portman, because she was fine, but like.
So let's talk about the things that we didn't. So. I have to admit, I did not like Natalie Portman in it really that much.
No, she was like she was just fine.
Yeah,
there was nothing like special. She was just I don't know. I think the main thing is that there was no like comic relief, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. But everyone was just the same, basically monotone, miserable the whole time. And then you have one character who
there wasn't a lot of character development.
There was no character development.
Many. Even
you have one boat.
What?
We're going to go into spoilers now, I think. So we'll go spoilers from now. So you have one boat ride where they're in the shimmer of exposition, where Natalie Portman's on a boat with this... I don't even know.
Shepherd,
yeah. So they're on a boat, and then she's like, why is everyone here? And she's like, oh, well, that person cuts herself. That person... I can't even remember what the other one is.
Yeah, I can't remember either.
Like, it's just... And then she's like, what about you? And then she's like, oh, well, my husband came... Oh, she doesn't tell them, does she? And then they're angry.
No, it's like her son, her daughter had leukemia.
Yeah, no, I mean Natalie Portman. What does she say? She's just like, I don't know. And then they're like, what about the weird psychologist bitch who...
Oh, no, she says her husband's been KIA.
Yeah, that's it. And then she's like, oh, my daughter died. And I'm like, that's all I get. That is literally the extent of the character development in this film.
2 minutes.
And another thing I didn't like, I'm going to jump around, this is still to do with characters, but in like the first like 10-15 minutes, you've got Natalie Portman in a room with all these people in hazmat suits, and I was like, oh, this is pretty pretty eerie, it's pretty good. And then they're like, what happened to all the other people? And then they start reading off the names. She's just like, they died, I don't know, they died. So I'm like, alright, so already I know that everyone in this film dies, apart from you. So I'm like, that's fine, but then the film doesn't do anything to make you care about the characters that are going to die. It's just like, oh, well, they're going to die, so I don't need to do anything.
See,
and it just leaves it at that. And I'm like, well, so I'm just watching. Like, the film is just basically those 5 people.
How they died.
Yeah, but I didn't care because I didn't care about them at all.
It's annoying that the film is just about those 5 people and their chemistry and kind of interactions are really crap.
They are awful.
It's very, and the thing that doesn't help with it, and it's done very much by purpose by Alex Garland, is the score is all like country music, and it's very like, it's kind of building up to this big thing at the end, which it does, and I think it works. But because it's so slow and there's not much excitement, especially from one character called Ventress.
Oh yeah, she was awful. She's a
very monotone
psychologist. She is.
It just drags it.
She was hard to watch.
She was really hard to watch.
I don't know why he must have done that on purpose, because there's no way you watch that.
She's got cancer.
However long she's in the film, there's no way you watch that as a director and you're like, this is good, without thinking that it's obviously what you're asking for. But it was just so boring.
And I
took
guess
me out of it so much.
I guess the idea was that she's gonna die, so it's like, let's go into the shimmer where I know I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
And
which also is such a dick move because she doesn't care about anyone else. She's like, at one point they're like, we should go back because one of them dies. I don't remember.
Yeah,
the shepherd dies. She gets eaten by like a weird bear thing.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, right.
Well, I think is awesome.
The bear thing is a good idea, but I think
the bear thing really.
I don't know. By that point, the film had killed all my interest.
See, that's when my interest started to get into. Like, I went before they. But
this is like how long is this in the film? Like 45 minutes.
Yeah, but there's a lot of setup, and I was a bit at that point. I was hating it a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, and I didn't really like. It was a bit cliched, the idea of the shimmer. But once they actually started going in and they started seeing all these creatures, because what happens in the shimmer is these creatures, they mutate, and essentially everything just mutates.
Yeah, the shimmer is like a dome that like refracts genetic code, so everything sort of like everyone's DNA sort of intertwines with everyone else's
there's
DNA.
There's like an alligator that's crossed with a shark.
Yeah, and there's plants that look like humans.
Yeah. And humans start like
getting like weird eels in their stomach,
which is so freaky. And then it's one, but then that's when it starts getting beautiful at the same time, because even though what's happening is quite monstrous,
I'll tell you,
it's still quite pretty.
One bit I really did like was I can't remember her name. I think it's Tessa Thompson, the actress.
Yeah.
Her death I thought was really
when she turns
pretty.
Into the flower.
When she turns into the plant.
Yeah.
That bit, I thought that was
honestly,
that was very well done.
That was beautiful.
That was very beautiful.
It's not like, I don't know, like, it doesn't hurt. It's just like it just kind of happens peacefully.
Yeah, I really liked that. That bit I thought was really good.
And it's very peaceful, the film, at times.
Yeah.
But then it's not. It's fucking violent. And there's one bit where this girl gets like snatched away into this cabin.
Yeah. See, that was the only bit.
Yeah. That
made me feel tension throughout the whole film. This is supposed to be a sci-fi really horror thriller, and that was the one point where I was like, oh my god, and I was right back in it, and then they just killed it in like 2 minutes, and it wasn't even difficult.
The bear thing,
they just shot it a bunch.
I thought was fantastic.
The bear thing was a good idea, but I don't know, it was good, but
I really...
for me it was overshadowed by the fact that lady just went crazy for no reason.
No, she went crazy because her hands were going weird, and she was like, oh, but you're not going to kill me. That's going to happen to me, like it happened to that guy. Then, but at the same time, I didn't really like her motivation for it.
I think that was the main problem. This film only had one character.
Yeah.
1.5.
And it wasn't even a good character there.
Yeah.
But then it gets to three of them get killed off.
We should probably just go through the story in full without interrupting ourselves.
I think we're getting there.
Yeah, we're getting there.
So
Shepherd gets killed first.
Yeah, by this bear thing. Steals her voice.
Yeah, which was a cool idea. Yeah. And then so the girl who goes crazy because her fingers are all weird.
Yeah.
I can't remember her name.
She ties them all. Josie? No, not Josie. She was like Latina or something. And
yeah, I think she might have been in the Fast and Furious. I don't know.
She's quite forgettable.
Yeah.
I don't remember her name. But she ties them all to a chair, doesn't she?
Yeah, she goes a bit crazy. Ties them all to a chair. Yeah. She's gonna kill them. And she's like, "You're gonna," because they find this video where. What's her name's Lena's husband
Kane.
Is cutting open this guy's stomach, and do they know that they're married at this point?
Yeah, that's when she starts.
That's when she finds out. Yeah,
that they're married, and Lena reacts to the husband, and then the crazy woman's like, "Why didn't you tell us your husband did those things? You know, surely you knew about this, and I'm gonna fuck you up."
Yeah, so she ties them all to a chair, and then she hears Shepherd's voice coming from outside. So she's like, she's live. So she runs out, and then she just gets mauled by the bear thing. Yeah.
The bear's got her voice.
So then it comes in and it's like screaming with her voice through.
It's really creepy.
Next to all the people who are just tied to the chair and they can't move.
Like every time it opens its mouth, like a human scream comes out.
You said you felt tense at this point, yeah?
Yeah.
I felt nothing.
Did you not?
This film had killed my interest completely by that point.
See, by that point, that's
especially where I was like, I know these people, apart from her, are going to die anyway.
Yeah.
So I don't care when they die because I know they're dead.
But I think that's the mystery of trying to find out what happens, and I think the film does set it up like what happens going into the shimmer.
Maybe that kind of film is not for me. I think it would have been better for me. I think I would have enjoyed it more if they didn't say that. If they didn't have any of the cutting back to her in the chair in the hazmat room. If they just cut all of that out and had that all as like sort of one little block at the end, where so you didn't know that no one else got out, you didn't know any of that stuff.
Yeah.
I think I would have preferred it a lot more. I would have felt a lot more like invested, because I'd have been like, what's going to happen? I want these people to survive or whatever. Even though I didn't care about any of them, so I probably wouldn't have.
From the bear bit, it again goes to, they keep them going on. So then they lose Josie. She turns into like a flower.
Yeah. So that one girl the girl who goes crazy gets killed by the bear thing.
Yeah, she gets killed by the bear. Yeah. And then they move on, and Josie's like, I don't really care for this, and she just kind of turns into this. She just lets herself
like turn into a flower, which was really cool. Beautiful. Yeah, that was really well done. I like that a lot.
And then the last two, Ventress and Lena, go to the lighthouse where the kind of that's the epicenter of it.
Yeah, that's where the meteor hit or some bullshit.
This is where it gets pretty weird.
This is where, by this point, I think
Charlie probably does. If
I was invested, I would have been like, yes.
I was.
But I was just like, I honestly could not give a less for shit what happens.
The music changes. It starts going from less of these folk songs into this kind of like droney, weird psychedelic thing, and then you go into this lighthouse.
Yeah, so Ventress runs off ahead.
Yeah, she goes ahead.
She's just like, I'm done with this. I don't care. I'm a badass bitch, but she's not. She is the worst character I've seen in anything ever. Anyway.
And then we go into the lighthouse and we see this kind of like, it's almost like a Buddhist kind of monk in yoga.
Yeah, like sort of like there's like the famous thing of like the Buddhist sets himself on fire. It's that sort of like scorch marks on the wall.
And there's a skeleton, and there's a camera set up like in front of it.
Yeah.
So Lena goes over, opens it up, and it's Kane. And he's got like
he's talking. Yeah, he's talking to the camera.
I thought that was brilliant.
Saying some. See that?
I love that because it was just like, it was so subtle and so like just like, okay, now I'm gonna hear this, and it doesn't. The camera doesn't change. It doesn't. Do anything.
It's just from that one static point of. So then he like lights the phosphorus grenade and dies.
Yeah.
And then another Kane sort of comes. Oh, he says something like before he dies. He's like, if you see Lena, tell her.
Yeah. And
I love her or something.
Another Kane appears.
Another Kane appears in the camera and turns the camera off.
Yeah.
So then.
So Kane is no longer Kane. Kane
is like this weird alien thing.
And then she hears these like noises coming down from this hole, which has been created by this meteor. And she goes in, and then she sees Ventress like going all weird.
Yeah, and she just.
It's got like black stuff on the walls, almost a bit like Alien.
Yeah, sort of like the Venom symbiote when it sort of spreads all over. That's what I got from that.
And then she kind of like bursts into this ball of energy, which starts going so psychedelic, and I thought, if I was on drugs at this point, I would fucking lose my shit, because it is pretty.
Yeah,
like when it's all like, it's like a flower like continuously developing.
It looks really good, and then it's just becomes like a weird like black hole style void kind of,
and it takes a bit of her DNA.
Yeah,
and then she runs away because it starts morphing into this
like a human
shape robot.
So she runs back up into the main room
lighthouse.
Yeah, the main lighthouse.
I love that bit so much. And then it goes into this like almost dancey bit. Like there's no dialogue.
Yeah,
it's just like for 5 minutes.
See,
this robot.
That's the thing. With Ex Machina, there is an impromptu dance scene. And it is one of the best moments in the film.
Yeah,
because it just encapsulates how. I don't want to say anything about spoiling Ex Machina for you, but there's just a random dance scene in the middle of it where it just shows you like how crazy, like stir crazy and lonely one of the characters has got. And then I feel like, I don't know, maybe he's got a thing for dance scenes in films, whereas this one, it was sort of like a mirror between this weird shape that's slowly turning into Natalie Portman.
I thought it was great.
And Natalie Portman, where they're just doing like a weird dancing and there's just no dialogue, and then
it's like learning to be human. And I think the whole thing is about that thing. It's like wants to be human, and wants to understand it, and it is aggressive, but it's like not aggressive at the same time. And then Natalie Portman gets this flare out and tricks it to kill itself. Yeah,
and it burns down the whole of the shimmer just gets destroyed, and all the beauty, all the beautiful flowers and everything.
And I thought that was a kind of pretty thing about the shimmer. I thought it was really pretty, the shimmer.
Yeah, that's the thing. I thought it was pretty, but
I really
that was it.
But like once it got to the bear bit, that's when it changed for me. That's when I started making notes. That's when I was like, I'm invested in this film. And then the bit that kind of preceded was like, what the fuck is happening? It was more like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But I kind of liked
to be fair, when I watched it, I was watching it on my computer and my internet kept messing up and it was going really blurry. So I kept having to pause it. Yeah. And then after like 45 minutes or something, I just turned it off and watched it on my iPad. Yeah. So I don't know, that might have like disjointed my viewing experience or something.
That's the thing though. It's a Netflix film, so we watched it from our laptops or our iPads. If we had watched it in the cinema, do you think it would have been different?
I'm not sure. I don't know if it would have been... I think I would have liked to have seen it in the cinema, just because I think it would have looked like amazing and the sound would have been really good and everything. But I don't know if I would have enjoyed it more. No. It was more just like the story. I just didn't really care about anyone in the film. That's a big thing for me. Like, I feel very... Like, I want to care about characters. Yeah. I want to be like, I want to watch this person
I do have
go
to admit,
through
the
this
character
journey.
development was awful.
Yeah.
And the characters were pretty crap.
Yeah, there was like I said, there was one, maybe a half of Kane, like 1.5 characters in the film. That was it. But
the whole idea of it, I thought was great, and for it to be, I literally watched it in bed. Yeah, like, I watched it semi-naked. I was just like, I've just gone for a run.
Oh, Ollie, stop! You're telling me.
Stop it. But I was just sat there. I was just like, and then once I finished it, that was the thing that kind of struck me. I was like, I've just watched this in my room. Yeah. You know, I've watched this great, really good film, like new film, and I haven't had to go into the cinema for it. And that's the kind of one thing I like about it as well, because it's like it's changing as well, the whole idea of where we're seeing stuff.
Yeah. Can I just say also, I really enjoyed the first like 10-15 minutes. I really liked that bit.
Did you?
Yeah. So it starts off. She's doing a lecture about biology because they mention it about 800 times that she's a biologist. Jesus in case you don't remember, guys, she's a biologist.
She is a biologist. It's Marky Wahlberg kind of explanation. I'm an inventor. I invent things. Just to let you know, I'm an inventor. Let me get the clip up.
So she's doing a lecture and then she leaves and she sees this another professor who's like, hey, come to this barbecue with my wife, who then you later find out that she's been having an affair with, and she's like, no, I need to paint my bedroom or whatever. So she goes home, she's painting the bedroom, and then like Kane walks in, her husband, and then he starts like bleeding from the nose, like you said earlier. Yeah. And then they get into... She like rings the hospital, or rings the ambulance, they get in an ambulance, they're on the way to the hospital, then they got like pushed off the road by like black sedans, like government official cars, and I was like, this is so cool, this is awesome, like what's going on? And then it just cuts from that to the worst character in the film. Yeah. Just talking like...
I don't think Charlie liked that character. Who was it played by?
I don't know, but she was in Good Time, and Good Time was great, and everyone should watch Good Time. And she was in that, and I thought she was pretty crap in that as well, to be honest. But she's only in it for like 5 minutes, so it didn't matter too much. But she's just like, the whole time she's just like, we need to go into the shower.
How do you spell Annihilation?
Annihilation. I don't know. It's a tough word. So and then it just cuts to that.
Jason Lee.
Jennifer Jason Lee. Yeah. What else has she been in?
She was in The Hateful Eight. I know who she played in The Hateful Eight.
I haven't
seen
was
that.
Fantastic was she good in
that. She was fucking incredible.
I don't know. Is she in Good Time, or am I thinking of someone else? She looked like the lady from Good Time. If not,
she was in Anomalisa.
Oh, Anomalisa was great.
How did she get such a shit performance in this?
That's what I'm saying. There must have been what like Garland wanted.
She's been in Twin Peaks.
Is she in Good Time, or am I thinking?
Yeah, Good Time.
Else? Yeah. I didn't think she was that good in that either.
She's really good in Hateful Eight, and
everyone in Anomalisa is amazing.
I mean, there's only about 3 characters. But...
Yeah, but
wow,
that film was beautiful. That film made me feel things.
She's quite an indie actor, actually.
Yeah, I recognise her from a few things.
Yeah, but she's been in a lot of indie stuff.
Yeah.
I'm surprised how bad her performance was.
Yeah, she was. It just took me out of it completely. I just couldn't. Anytime she was on screen, I was just...
It was the character's fault, and it was what the character was made.
Yeah, like maybe she was just like, I'm dying, so I don't care if I have a really annoying monotone voice for the rest of my life.
And
so it has a really like, not really action packed, but has a really like intense, I would say, opening like 10 minutes, and then it just cuts to Ventress and Lena talking, and at that, like, just straight away it goes from like, I was like, what's gonna happen, like why are the like government interfering with this guy going to the hospital, why has he been missing for a year, what's going on, and then just cuts to them talking in a room for like 10 minutes, and I'm like, it just killed the momentum, and from that point I couldn't get back into it.
But the whole film is kind of like this sci-fi, almost a bit like Alien, or kind of meets a Stephen King novel, in my opinion. It's a sci-fi like kind of buddy action, but also.
Would you say it's a buddy?
I think it's got buddy elements, like the whole gang going into this unknown.
But none of them seem like. The only one who seemed to care about the other people was the one who went crazy.
Yeah,
she was the only one. Yeah. Like, obviously the Ventress didn't care because she was like, "I'm dying anyway."
It's no alien in that
Lena
sense.
was just like, "I want to find out what happened to my husband."
Yeah.
I don't think anyone else, like the other people, didn't appear to me that they cared about anyone, not even themselves.
See, but the thing that really brought this film back was the visual and the whole premise of it. I thought that was the best thing, where it started to go and like what it started to do. I thought that's what has really brought me back into this film.
Yeah,
the characters I do have a lot of trouble with.
Yeah,
I wish they were better.
I think that's the thing. I put a lot of stock in characters.
Yeah,
I think I would happily watch a film like Rushmore that we talked about earlier, where it's just about an interesting character just doing some stuff where like nothing really happens,
Ladybird.
Or Ladybird, which was amazing, which is both
really interesting characters and a much simpler plot.
Like, that film is just about she wants to get into college in New York, and it just goes for a year. Yeah. And I was so invested in that film, whereas when you have a film that is all plot but you don't have any characters, I find it really hard to get into it. So that's why I think I don't really like action films. Like, I have some like classics like Die Hard, which are like, yes, John McClane, he wants to get back to his family and be happy. I haven't watched it in ages, so I can't actually remember what happens. Yeah. But like, you care about him, so you're like, I want to see him succeed. Then you have films like this, where the whole thing to me is just, look at how pretty we can make this. Look at this cool idea that I've got. When I don't care about the idea if I don't care about the people who are like going through that experience. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I slowly started to get with Lena there when the ideas started forming a bit more towards the end, and when it started going towards the lighthouse and like the intensity built up as you're getting closer to the place where this impact has happened.
Yeah. Also, they said they were in there for 2 months at the start. Yeah. They're like, you only took food for 2 weeks. You're in there, or for a week. You were in there for 4 months or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, where does that time go?
Yeah.
That did not feel. I did not at any point feel like those people were like struggling and being like, oh, we like. Obviously, they don't know how long they've been in there. That's the whole point. Or that's like a point of it. But like, I didn't feel at any point that they've been in there for a long time. Which, I don't know, maybe that was part of it.
I think that was part of it. Like,
also, another thing that annoyed me, they go in there and they're like, I've forgotten everything. I don't even know how long we've been here for. And then the rest of it, they're just talking like they remember everything that's happened.
You really didn't like this film, did you?
It didn't make any sense to me. The first time you see them in there, they're like, oh, we've eaten 4 days worth of rations, so I guess that's how long we've been here for. I don't remember anything. I don't remember going to sleep. And then that is never mentioned again. The whole time they're still in there, they're like, well, that was your husband. Why didn't you tell us? Oh, look at this video that we found of him getting his stomach open. I'm like, if your rule is that you can't remember anything, then you can't remember anything. And then at the end, she comes out and she's just telling them. And I'm like, what is the rules? What are the rules in this universe?
This just turned into Charlie having
I'm just ranting.
A little bit of a rant.
I just don't like it.
And I think people there's probably, I've seen a lot of reviews.
Yeah, I think if you're like on the fence, I would definitely say watch it.
I think watch
just because maybe I'm just dumb. I didn't understand it.
No, I can see why. And there's elements I didn't like, but I think there's a lot of things I did like.
Yeah.
And
I don't know. I thought it looked good. I did
like
a
rating.
Oh, I don't really like ratings.
You don't like ratings?
No, I'd rather just do. I prefer just like a recommendation. Yeah. I don't know. I can give it a rating though. I'd probably give it like a 5
out of 10.
Out of 10, yeah.
I'll probably give it like a 8.
You can do a half.
I'll probably do 7.5.
I'll go 5.5.
I'll probably watch it again with somebody and be like, watch this.
See, that's the thing. I watched this like probably like a week or two ago, and I was gonna rewatch it before we did this, but I just
didn't feel like it.
No. I was sat yesterday and I was like, I could rewatch old episodes of Scrubs, or I could watch this.
Scrubs it is.
And I'm like, I don't know. It doesn't have any replay value for me. Maybe if I watched it again, I'd see something that I didn't like. Although one bit I did like how they handled like Kane and the affair, because the whole time she's like, why did he go in here if it's like a suicide mission?
Mm-hmm.
And then sorry, I'm getting distracted.
No, that's alright.
She's talking to the psychologist. She's like, why did he come in? And she's like, oh,
he was a wasted character as well. Dan, the guy who was having an affair with.
Oh yeah, he was nothing. He wasn't even in it. He was in it for one scene at the start and then two scenes in bed. That was it. Not even scenes really.
You don't hate this situation. You hate yourself.
Yeah, and I'm like, well, I don't know enough about you to know if he's being an arsehole or if I don't know
what it is.
Yeah, so then she's talking to Ventress about it, and she's like, oh, maybe he was unhappy at home. Maybe he was being cheated on or something. And I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. That was quite good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Good film. I thought it was a good film.
Bad film.
Charlie thought it was a bad film.
I would still say watch it because...
And yeah, it's on Netflix. And that's the impressive thing.
Yeah, if you can watch it for free.
Yeah.
Well, not for free, but you know what I mean, on Netflix, then I'd watch it.
It's a good
and lots
film.
of people, I think I'm definitely in the minority of not enjoying it.
Actually.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the reviews I've seen, it's been good. But I think it's up to you to give it a try and see.
Yeah.
Cool. It's been good.
Have you got anything else that you want to talk about? Or what film do you want us to pick next time?
Yeah,
I guess it'll be your choice. You choose.
Should it be a new film? Should it be an old film? Like,
it's up to you. Just whatever you want.
Do that. Well, me.
Yeah, you pick.
Oh,
yeah,
I pick.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I picked this one.
Oh, I don't know.
So you just go for it. Just pick a movie. Maybe new, maybe
old. Up there. I don't know. Those are all my good films. We'll pick one of those. I think maybe this one. Or maybe something by this guy, Quentin.
Okay, yeah.
And have a chat about him as a person.
Oh, yeah, we can do that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So maybe something about this, might do something in Quentin Tarantino.
Right, yeah.
Next time.
I don't know. I haven't watched many of his.
Maybe we need to.
I've watched Django, I've watched Reservoir Dogs.
I like Django.
I've watched like half of Pulp Fiction.
You've only watched half?
Yeah, I fell asleep and then I haven't got around to watching the rest of it because I didn't think it was that good. I liked it. I thought it was overrated.
So it's been good.
Turns out I just have like a really... It sounds like I'm like a hateful film which I don't at all.
So it's a movie snob.
I'm really not.
Oh.
I was one who wanted to watch Tag.
Yeah, it's true. You recommended Tag. A film about Tag. Like some guy has me Tag. Apparently it's a true story though. So maybe there's like a heart in it. Maybe there's a soul. Maybe get an Oscar.
Love a bit of heart.
Cool. Thank you for listening.
Yeah, thank you.
We'll
see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Sweet children.
Love you.
Love you. Bye.